UFC Fight Night, Usman versus Joaquin Buckley, happening, what is that, June 14th of this year, which is 2025. We got jamey-lyn Horth versus Vanessa Demopoulos. I am picking jamey-lyn Horth in this bout just because Vanessa's joining this fight way too late. It's way too short of a notice. Like, this week she got the fucking fight, when jamey-lyn has been ready for this fight for like 2 months now. Taking a fight like this that's basically worthless for your career and only getting you out there to lose doesn't make any sense to me. Picking jamey-lyn, going the decision. If this happens in a KO or a sub, fantastic for them both. But that's like the first in their career in like 7 years. So good luck. Phil Rowe versus Ange Loosa. Ange Loose looks deadly. He looks hungry. He looks ready to kill, but he doesn't get the opportunity to win all the time. But he goes in there looking to win dominantly. It's almost like he can't believe that he lost a decision because of how aggressive and how fucking powerful he tries to be. I think Ange Loosa is just gonna, I think he's gonna maul Phil. I don't like to imagine that, but I just see Phil Rowe getting caught on a wizard, being thrown on his back, looking like a goofball, reaching out to the cage, probably grabbing it at some point, and eating a shit ton of shots on the ground. I really hope that doesn't happen to Phil. I do also hope it does happen because I like seeing violence. But Phil's a nice guy. I wish him the best in this fight. I just got Ange Loosa, man. You got to go Ange Loosa on this one. We have Ricky Simón versus now Cameron Smotherman. Cameron Smotherman's about 1-1 in the UFC when Ricky Simón has, I'm not going to go over his career. It's long. It's lustrous. He's coming off of a great fucking knockout of, I think, Bonfim or someone like that. And I was going to pick Ricky Simón anyways. I didn't see Charles Jourdain really having the power and the attitude. I say attitude a lot. But not really having that attitude to fucking finish a guy like Simón. Simón's a dog. Simón's a fucking brick house. But just to say, Ricky Simón's a rock.
He's built like a really good chair.
He's built like a solid chair. Ricky Simón, I'm going to go all day on this one, especially with how short notice, again, this fight. The night's kind of getting fucked up with short notice callouts like that. Terrible to see it happen, but it makes me more confident in picking Ricky Simón to find that probably, honestly, first round TKO. I don't like this being so short notice for Cameron. Cody Durden versus Jose Ochoa. Cody Durden, in his last 3 fights, he lost to Silva and Van. He got 1 victory in between that, but losing to John Silva and Joshua Van, both of which are some of the biggest guys in their division right now, that is nothing to feel bad about. And he had a great fight with them both, but he didn't have enough moments. I am going to be picking Jose Ochoa. His only loss in the entire UFC is against Gavanna, who, if you know him and you've seen how he already is in this fucking business, he is going to go far. So losing to Gavanna is not a bad deal. It should be a good scrap, but I'm going to be picking Jose Ochoa to... I like the KOs. I like shooting for KOs. I'm going to say he's going to get a first round KO. Malcolm Wellmaker versus Chris Moutinho. What are we doing? See, this is... When people say the UFC is scripted, this is what they mean. Let's be reasonable, logical human beings. I'll give it 2.5 minutes. Maybe. Maybe Chris has a great chin, so he'll just get beat up the entire fight instead. I'll give him 2.5. I got Malcolm by first round KO. Let's not fucking beat around the bush. First round KO, Malcolm. Michael Chiesa versus Horth Mcgee. You got to go with Chiesa on this one. Horth Mcgee, great veteran. Both of these guys, long lifespans within the sport itself, and both of them are close to the door. But I think Michael Chiesa is going to go out on top. I think he is way too skilled. It sucks that he's in one of the most competitive divisions of the entire UFC, and he never really got to go, that far. But he's talented. Motherfucker is deadly. You make one goddamn mistake against Michael Chiesa, he'll drop your ass, choke you out. And he's done it time and time and time and time again. He'll lose to a hot prospect, but he'll beat everyone else that comes up to the fucking door. Michael Chiesa all day on this one. I think round 2 sub. He does it all the time. And in this fight, I mean, it's the most likely outcome. Go for Michael Chiesa. I'm rooting for the motherfucker. If he loses, it'll be a little sad, but I mean, he's been in this game for so long. He has so much respect on his name. Let's go Michael Chiesa. Like his shit, like his fucking dog style. Paul Craig versus Rodolfo Bellato. Hard to go against Paul Craig. He's great. He'll he'll sub Jamal Hill, and he'll fucking almost sub Ankalaev. And then he'll just lose every other fight he's up against for some goddamn reason. I don't know what his problem is, but he just can't figure it out. I hope this fight is where he can figure it out. But against Rodolfo Bellato, I just think Rodolfo is going to get too many moments that he'll come out ahead. I don't really see him knocking out Paul Craig, But I'm going to say round 2 TKO because I think Paul is just going to be shooting too much submissions. He's going to be trying too much to cut his fucking legs apart and choke him out. It ain't going to happen. And he's just going to keep trying and trying and trying. He's going to fail and fail and fail. And Rodolfo is going to get pissed off and just soccer kick him to the head. I want Paul Craig to come out on top, but I'm doubtful. I have no hope. Prove me wrong. I'd love to be wrong. I love being wrong when I make these guesses if it's a good fight. We have Alonzo Menifield versus Umar Sy. I got to say, this one I am looking a lot more forward to, specifically because Umar Sy has talent. I don't think he's been the most active, but Alonzo Menifield has been. He has been hit or miss. Again, another guy who's hit or miss. He'll bum rush Carlos Ulberg and get his ass dropped within the first 30 seconds. And then he'll win a nice competitive bout against another guy whose name I can't remember right now, and I'm not going to care to remember right now. But I'm going to be picking Umar Sy. I just think that Alonzo Menifield is way too hit or miss. He'll have off nights, and if you're a guy who comes into the fucking UFC with off nights, I'm going to be picking you to lose. I think Umar is going to be on 24/7. Picking Umar Sy. I do doubt this is going to be some fucking KO or submission. I'm going to pick Umar Sy for the decision on this fight, but if he does get anything, it's going to be a round 2 submission. Mansour Abdul-Malik versus Cody Brundage. I'm picking Mansour. I'm picking Mansour. Bop, bop, bop. Piece him up, piece him up. And at a certain point, I think Cody's going to quit. I think that Cody's going to get so damaged and so worn down by Mansour's onslaught, he's just going to call it quits at a certain point. I'm going round 2 TKO. Mansour. TKO round 2. Moving on. Cody Garbrandt. Rowe Vs Barcelos. I don't know what it is. I don't know why he can't turn on that switch he had when he beat Dominic Cruz that one night. Getting knocked out by everyone, getting ragdolled around. Like Davis and Figueiredo in his last fight was smiling at the attacks that Cody tried to pull off. It's just not looking well. It's not looking well. It's making me get all tongue-tied because of how fucking upset and nasty this is feeling. Rowe Vs Barcelos. He's going to win a decision. It's going to be a little bit of a boring night. But Rowe with a decision victory. Edmund Shahbazyan versus Andre Petroski. Finally, we're getting some good shit. Finally, we're getting something of quality and value. I don't know both of these. I don't know either one of these guys. Finally, this one I think is going to be a bit more of a quality bout, but it's going to end pretty fast. I think Andre is a great grappler. He's great at fucking laying on top of a guy. He's great at holding a man against the cage, putting him on his back, being on top, having him on his knees and hands, being on the back. But he doesn't get the finish. I don't think he's going to get the finish against Edmund, and Edmund is a knockout artist. Sure, he had a hard time in his last fight against Gerald Meerschaert, but I also think you can't play around with Gerald Meerschaert. Gerald Meerschaert is way better than a lot of people think he is just because he's unranked. He is dangerous. He is the deciding factor if you're going to make it in the UFC or not. Reiner de Ridder had to go the 3 rounds and barely got the finish in the 3rd. I think he's going to come back amazingly here, and I think he's going to get a round... I'm going to say round 2 KO because I think that, what's his name? Andre is going to have some moments. I think he's going to make Edmund sweat, but he's not going to make Edmund freak out. Round 2 TKO, it just seems more than likely. His hands are mallets, guys. His hands, they hurt. Rose Namajunas versus Miranda Maverick. I pick Rose. I think that Miranda Maverick's just not going to step up on this one. I see Rose Namajunas being prepared, dialed in, showing up like she does pretty much every single fight she has, where she's going to try to find her rhythm, get that groove going, and start laying out shots. She's not going to knock her out, but she's going to beat her up. I think Rose, thug nasty. She's going to beat up Miranda for the better part of 3 rounds. And if Miranda has a chance, she's going to have to be really on the gas pedal early on. If she's on the gas pedal, I only see her getting gassed out. I don't see her getting a finish against Rose. I'm going to go decision for Namajunas. Now, main event. Big shit. Big buck. Kamaru Usman. This is it, man. You look at Kamaru Usman's record. You see that he's been, 0-3 in his last 3. It's not great looking. He got knocked out in one of the biggest knockouts in the entire company against Leon Edwards. He lost the Leon Edwards in the following fight by decision, which some could argue was a draw. And he got pretty much ragdolled for the better part of 3 rounds by Khamzat Chimaev. When I say those out loud, you can very much say he's on the downward, he's outwards, he's getting out of here, he's going to get fucking kicked out soon. But he lost twice to the guy who defended his belt twice. You know, he lost to Khamzat Chimaev, who is a monster. He's the biggest boogeyman in the entire UFC, and he's fighting for a title next. Are we going to discount Kamaru Usman because of those 3 losses? Are we going to forget that he almost broke one of the most wins ever. He almost broke Anderson Silva's streak with 15 straight wins. Buckley has been knocking motherfuckers out and has been on that upward momentum swing for the past 2 years now. I respect Buckley. I respect the power he has. I respect that he's a dog. I respect that he's game. I respect that he is a fucking killer in his division, and he is the most dangerous guy and maybe the most dangerous person for Islam to fight soon. But I still cannot go against Kamaru Usman. He has never shown to me in all of his fights that he doesn't have the talents or the skills or the body to hold up with these fighters. He's gonna be able to get in there. He's going to stand up. He's going to outmaneuver Buckley for the better part of most of the fight. I think he's going to be slipping a lot more. He might eat a couple bad shots, but I don't think those bad shots are going to knock him out. I'm hopeful for Kamaru Usman. I want him to win. I'm going to pick him to win. But it makes sense for everyone to pick Buckley. With what he's been doing, what he just did to Wonderboy, what he just did to Colby Covington, it makes sense to pick Buckley, but I refuse. I refuse because Kamaru Usman is still that motherfucker. And I don't give a shit until I see it happen.